Are you ready? The Cornelia Stephanie Show Lady Boss knows what women want: to be free to speak their voice, to live in financial freedom, and build businesses that radiate wealth, leaving legacies we can be proud of. Every Friday, we bring you lady boss entrepreneurs that are changing the world. Diane Solano, the energy entrepreneur. Dana Terrio, handle the lump, heal your life. And Joan Sharp, changing the conversation from money to vision. See you Fridays.
Welcome, everyone. We have another fantastic, wonderful show for you today. Cornelia Stephanie here, and we have another lady boss entrepreneur, business success coach that you're going to be hearing a lot about. So get your notepad ready and take notes, because you're going to be inspired by this woman. Who is she? Her name is Christelle Biigga. And Christelle says, what do we do when we feel like we need to be someone else to succeed in business? Building a business is a personal journey, but there are so many rules on how to achieve success that it's easy to lose yourself trying to check all the boxes. Can you relate to that? As much as rules are important, it's critical to always ask yourself, who makes the rules in your business? So step back into your power and create success by doing it your way. Christelle Biigga is a transformational coach, an energy healer, intuitive reader, and manifestation expert that works with individuals around the world. And what you're going to hear today, she's also now a radio host. She shows people how to run their businesses and life in alignment with who they truly are and what they really want. Christelle takes people to a journey back within to reconnect with their truest version of themselves and find the power to break free of all the limits and programming so that you can create the life that you want and ultimately deserve. Christelle is an expert speaker and has been invited in several women leadership and entrepreneur groups, such as Win-Win Growth Network, Empowering Women Leaders in Business, Sisters Check-In, and many more. She's a panelist and the host of the online shows Unlock Your Hidden Dreams and How to Have It All. Business, love, success, and own your power. Experts share their proven strategies to discover and turn your talent into a money machine. Welcome to the show, Christelle Biigga.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you for this beautiful introduction. I was listening like, okay, that's me.
It is you. And, it's wonderful because this is a brand new venture for you now. This is a brand new venture. And I just want to make the announcement and say out loud that this is August. What is the date?
August 21st.
August 21st. And as of August 21st, you are now officially a host of your own radio show right here on the Cornelia Stephanie Media and Transformation Talk Radio platform. And I personally had a hand in on that. And that's congratulations and welcome.
Thank you so much, Cornelia. Yes, you had a hand on it. I really appreciate you reaching out and giving me this opportunity, which just came right on time because I was already thinking about it. But you were the messenger to take me to this new part of myself. And I really enjoy starting this new adventure with the Transformation Talk Radio platform, the family. And I'm really excited to have my own show. Yeah, so I'm really happy. Thank you.
Yes, I just got the chills. Because you truly are ready for it. And so, throughout this show, because you created the show notes, we're going to be talking to people about what does success mean and how do they turn their success into a definition that works for them. You're going to be helping us with that. But also, as I was looking at the notes preparing for the show today, you talk also a lot about vision. And what I would like to know is, what is your vision for your success and for your movement, as you're moving forward in this new beginning, what's your vision? What's your vision for your success?
My vision with this new adventure with the Transformation Talk Radio family is really to reach out as many people as possible all around the world, because I know this is a great platform, a big family, and I want to use this opportunity to really spread my message and help as many people as possible. It has always been in my heart years back, even before I knew that I could be a coach, or if it was even a thing, I was still in Cameroon, but it was already something I was sleeping thinking about. How can I have enough, visibility to reach out people and help them transform and be happier? So this for me is a new adventure, and my vision is really clear. I want to reach as many people as possible with my message. I want to impact as many lives as possible. And for me, it's just not something for me. And I know what I have to give is needed. And some people, not the whole world, but the people that need to hear this message will have the opportunity to hear it through this platform. So that's a vision of mine. Reach as many people as possible, as far as they can be. They deserve to hear what I have to say. They deserve a better life, a happier life. And I have something that can support them with that. So this is really what I'm looking forward to.
Yes, and I just want to say, you know how important it is to have archetypes and to have examples and to see people that are really ready to own their success and live in their success, people that have moved up into their highest potential in success, so that other people can look and see what it's like, because they can actually tap into that energy, because it already exists because of people like you. And so I just want the people that are listening today, the peers, your people, the audience, people that are looking at you as an example of what it's like to really own your success and be a major influencer in the world. And that's what this whole new movement and this vision of yours is really all about, to reach as many people as you possibly can. And I piggy bank you on that and back you all the way up. And I want to see you succeed. And I want to see you succeed in reaching as many people as you possibly can. So let's talk about success. What is success? What does it mean?
Yeah, so success is a word that I notice people get really excited or triggered for some when you mention that. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, I meet with a lot of people, entrepreneurs, and every time you use the word success, people react. It's like a scary word. People come off and like, what does that mean? Is it all about the money? So everybody gets excited, react anyways when you say success. And sometimes I just sit back and watch. It's really interesting for me to realize that people are scared of that word success. It seems scary. That's why the reaction is sometimes so strong. And the people that venture to give a definition of what success is get sometimes criticized, because, again, people want the word to mean the same thing for everybody. And I have the feeling that, like every other thing in life, you get to decide what success means to you. What success means to me is not what success means to Cornelia. And I have to come to a place to be okay with my definition of success to be different from Cornelia's definition. So my definition of success is one of the things I just shared with you, reaching out to as many people as possible. And it is dear to my heart, because even as a little girl, I would remember walking on the street, seeing a complete stranger and stopping, just wondering, is this person happy? So that, for me, means something. It's meaningful for me to do something, to work with a client or share my message and have somebody feel happier, feel empowered, feel transformed in any way, shape, or form. That, for me, is a sign of success. And it comes with a lot of other things, which are living a beautiful life, which means making a lot of money, which sometimes make people feel success is not all about money. No, it's not all about money. You make it what you want, but it's part of it for me. So again, it's just being okay with the definition you make, not worry about other people think, not really stop because people think it's not okay for you to want the type of success you want. That's my point here. You just have to be okay with your definition of success.
Yeah. So basically, we want to know from the audience, what's your definition of success? And if you're on the Transformation Talk Radio Facebook page, type it in there what your definition of success is, because that's the number one thing that I hear you saying is each person's definition is different. Can anyone become successful in business, Christelle?
Yes. Yes, because from the moment you decide what the success means to you, you get to make the rules. So it becomes possible for anyone, because if you have your definition and you create your rules to get where you want to go, nothing can stop you. That's the truth about it. So the answer is simple. Yes, anyone can become successful. Find your definition, create the rules that will lead you there, and experience your own success.
Yes, I love that. You make it sound so simple because you've really taken ownership of it. You've actually sat with that energy and you are living it. So you've taken ownership, and that's the reason why you know what it means to you. And now you're able to share that with other people that are looking at what does success mean to them. So I'm so excited about this topic because there's many people right now that are challenged with, all the changes that are happening in the world. And, people are either starting businesses or businesses are closing or changing. But we have a lot of entrepreneurs right now that have the perfect opportunity to say yes to their success and absolutely say, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. And with that requires to know the definition of what success means to them, because it changes, right?
Totally. And when you know or when you decide, the problem is people are scared to show up and say, this is what I want. It's scary to maybe listen around and hear what people describe as success. If it's different, it's scary for some people to be different. It's scary for some people to say something different than what the rest of maybe the crowd is saying. So that's where the struggle starts. When you don't own your definition, when you cannot show up and say, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going for, no matter what people think. That's when for some people, it might feel like, success is not achievable for me. But which success are you trying to create? Because if it's your success you're trying to create, not the one your family or your friends or your colleagues or people around you expect you to create, it becomes easy. The struggle starts when you are trying to fit in someone else's definition. You can't figure out how to do it because it's not from you. That's why it's hard. That's why it becomes complicated. But the moment it's from you, you will not even feel like you're trying because it's just your way of being. It's just an expression of what you want. That's why the journey towards success, you say I make it sound easy, but it's easy. And I know that because when I started as a coach, when you start a new business, you don't know better, right? So you tend to do what other people are doing, especially the people that seem to do well. So it's common to just follow their path, try to do the things they're doing. But because I didn't own what I wanted, wasn't clear on what I wanted my coaching business to look like. I wasn't sure enough about what I really wanted to be. I still had definitions of what people were giving me. Not bad definitions, they were their definitions. They were theirs. So it was a tough journey for me. It was a lot of struggle, a lot of frustration. And sometimes I was really beating myself up, feeling not good enough. Why is it not working? Why am I trying so hard? Why is it so complicated? And it was because it wasn't my journey. I wasn't following my path. I wasn't doing what I really wanted to do. I was trying to be like other people, and it makes it really hard. But the moment I went back within me and decided, I got clear on what it is that I really wanted my coaching business to look like. Because everybody starts a business to be successful. That's the point. Nobody starts something to fail. So we want to be successful. But who create the rules for us? So the moment I went back and I decided what is success, what will make me feel successful in this new venture, I got clear on that. I started that path. And everything became easy. I can give you some instance where things just started happening like magic. When other people told me before that, people that knew better because they were in the industry like years before me, it doesn't work like that. But it can't happen. This is the way to do it. The moment I said, no, let me do it my way and see what happens, it was like magic. Things started happening and I would just sit back and be like, so it's possible. It wasn't possible for them, but it was possible for me because I just owned what I wanted to do. Everybody is different. Everybody has a different journey. It's time to just remember that this is what I'm doing for myself. This is what feels good to me, and be okay with that. That's the thing. It's scary to be different. It's scary to feel like the craziest person in the room. It's scary. But when you are in your power, you can own it and show up that way.
Yes, I love that. It's really taking ownership of your creations, taking ownership of what it is that you really want, and taking responsibility and defining it according to your own vision. So when we opened, we were talking a little bit about vision because I was asking you what your vision is. How important is it to have a vision? How important is that?
If you don't have a vision, your own vision, you will be in someone else's visions. They say in different words, like if you don't have your dream, if you're not building your dream, you'll help someone else build their dream. That's what it is with a vision. When I used to read the Bible, I remember there's a line there that says, people without a vision are lost. If you don't have a vision, what are you going after? What are you moving toward to? That's why it's so critical to have a clear vision of what it is that you're trying to create. It shouldn't just be, oh, I hate my boss. Let me get out of this job and do something else, be my own boss. Ultimately, freedom is something to look forward to. But you have to be really specific on what it is that you're trying to achieve. That will keep you on target, like online. When it's overwhelming out there. It is. So many people are telling you what to do. So many options available. So many strategies to be successful in business. It's overwhelming, and you can get lost. Confusion is never far when you don't have a clear vision of where you are going. You will end up following everyone else because you don't have no target you want to reach. You don't have a vision you are, pursuing. So it's easy for you to join someone else's vision and feel terrible about it because it's not your vision. At some point, you'll be tired. Your whole being will be like, we don't want to go there anymore. That's why so many entrepreneurs feel the frustration and the burnout. Not because entrepreneurship is that hard, not because it's so hard to become successful, but simply because it's hard to be someone else. It's hard to try to build someone else's vision. Create yours. What is yours? When I decided in February, right before the lockdown, to add speaking in my coaching business, it made no sense. 0 sense. I checked. I didn't even know what the definition of a signature talk was. I have no clue what it is. I checked on Google, and the offers that were there, you needed a website. I didn't have one at the time. You needed a signature talk, which I didn't even know what it meant. I didn't have, my little speech recorded, none of it. But I just decided, I'm doing this. I don't care about the house. And I'm not going to listen to all the people that are telling me you need to have all your ducks in a row. I had a vision, and there was nothing that could take me out of that vision. So that's what it is. When you decide to do something in your business, stop looking around. If you're looking around, that means you don't have a clear vision of where you are going, where you are taking your business. That's where you start getting lost and things become difficult. Believe it or not, few weeks later, I just decided, because I followed that decision, that I made that vision clear, and I said, this is where I'm going. The options to follow that path started showing up. And less than a month later, in the middle of the lockdown, I landed my first speaking opportunities to speak live in Las Vegas in January 2021. I didn't have a signature talk, not even the title of my speech, but I was booked. I didn't figure out all the hows. I had a clear vision, and I stated it. I put the intention out there. And because I was in alignment with that person, I decided to become a speaker before I was ready to be. My vision was clear enough for the whole universe to support me. That's why it's so important to have a clear vision in anything you do. What it is that you want. Stop looking around and go back within and just decide what it is that I want to create. Where am I going? What is my next step? Where am I moving toward to? And from that place, it becomes easy.
Yes, it does become easy when you're clear, doesn't it? When you're clear, when you have a vision. And the other thing I heard you speak about is to make sure that you're being uniquely yourself instead of trying to fit into someone else's box, right? That's a big piece that you are sharing, in that don't try to do it according to what someone else says. Do it according to what's uniquely yours, how you want to do it yourself, right? Instead of like having to say, oh, you have to have all these ducks in a row, you have to do all these things, and you have to have all this. But you're talking about some key principles to, decide and to define what success means to you, to have a vision, and also what would be the things to take into consideration when creating your vision. What would be the things?
The first thing is to make sure that it's really what you want. Because we grow up in an environment, in society, where they tell us from a really young age what to do, how to do it, and who to be. Especially for women, it's a big thing. Women don't do this, women don't sit this way, women don't talk this way, women don't laugh this loud, women don't, good girls don't wear this kind of clothes. So we grow up being the person they told us we should be, to be accepted, to be loved. And we don't know who we are, because they make us feel like we're not good enough. Whatever we're doing, no, don't do it this way. Meaning, at some point, the message for your subconscious mind is, you are not good enough. What you want is not good enough. So when you are creating that vision of yourself, make sure it's really what you want. Make sure that the conditioning are not coming in place when you are creating that vision of yourself. Pay attention to, are you concerned about what people are going to think about it? Or you are doing something that you don't care about what people will say about it? Because that conditioning makes us always watch out and care about what are people going to say, what are people going to think. Nobody does it this way. How, right? So when you're creating your vision, if you have that little voice coming in your head and telling you, but what are people going to say? Make sure you're not listening to that voice and changing some things to be accepted by other people. That's the trap to not fall into. Don't try to, and if your vision, you are scared because it might be too different that people might reject you, deal with that fear and do it anyways. Because it can be scary. Sometimes I tell my clients, if you feel like throwing up before doing something, throw up and go do it, right? The worst thing that can happen is just you may be throwing up. But at the end of the day, no, you're not going to die from doing what you really want. So when you're creating that vision, pay attention. Am I doing exactly what I want? Or am I concerned about what people are going to say? Or am I concerned that people will not like me anymore or reject me or not understand? Because nobody needs to understand. You need to understand. It's your vision. Nobody needs to approve. If you are okay with it, it's okay. And just remember that you are good enough. Don't get into that conversation of what I want is not good enough. Let me want what other people want. Like in the coaching industry, the thing is 10K a month. Maybe you don't really want 10K a month. Maybe you want more, maybe you want less. But because it's a thing, you see everyone on Facebook, that's my next goal. I want 10K a month. Do you really want it? Or you are going with the flow? So those are the things you need to pay attention to when you're creating your vision. Is it for you, or is it to please other people, or to be like other people? Those are the things to take into consideration.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I think, having those things, 3 things to really like put down. And who are you going after? Is it the 10K a month? Is it going with the flow, or is it pleasing other people? Which one? And that you really, it's clear, I want to go for what I want. Mm-hmm. What I love about how you show up, Christelle, is just your level of, your level of inspiration and your confidence. You can clearly tell that you have taken ownership in your life and that you are very successful with running your own life according to your own principles and how you want to do it. That comes across very evident. And also that you're helping other people in the process. And that there's just like a level of, I want to be led by this woman. Your leadership skill and your inspiration. And that's why I'm really glad that you've joined the Transformation Talk Radio family and that you're out here showing what success looks like and that you can really truly go after your dreams and that you can truly have it all.
Yes, totally. I'm really happy to be here and to share that because the struggle people go through is painful, and I've been there. I've been the person trying to do like other people. My whole life, I have tried to be the person they expected me to be, because who I really wanted to be was never good enough. I was that child that will want to go to school when I want to, not be there when I don't want to. So often when I was a teenager, we skipped school, but not because I wanted to go do something crazy, but simply because I didn't want to be there. But I couldn't tell my parents, today I don't feel like going to school. It's not acceptable. It's not accepted. It doesn't fit in any box. It doesn't go with any rule. So it wasn't okay. It wasn't okay for me to not want to be in a classroom when I don't want to be there. So I had to skip school. So I was always hiding who I was, what I wanted. It was never easy for me to show up and say, hey, today I don't feel like doing this. Today I don't feel like being this person. It wasn't okay. So that's the life we're living in. That's why I'm really happy to be on this platform to set people free and just remind them that it's okay to be who you are. And you are good enough just the way you are, because and the transformation and the self-development journey is also really tricky. People get deeper into self-hate when they tell them all the great things they should be, and they're not just able to be that person. So they end up asking, what is wrong with me? Why am I not just doing that? And it's important to remember that you're really good right now. You don't have to become a better version. Like the version you are today is so terrible that you have to fix something about you. Decide that I want to become maybe better, or maybe more something, but not because today I'm not good enough. But not because today there is something I need to fix. I have to be more something. I have to make more this or more that. No, just be you. And who decide that you want to be more disciplined or more consistent? And that's a conversation, especially for entrepreneurs. I remember I joined the program when I started, and he's a great coach. He's a big name in the industry, paid a lot of money. And one of the things he was teaching there was that you can't be successful if you are not in front of a client at 9 a.m. every day to sell your services. And I'm not a morning person. So imagine the conversation that was going on within me. What is wrong with you? Why can't you just be up early in the morning and do it? You're never going to make it if you don't change, if you don't fix yourself. That was a terrible place to be. I tried sometimes to, fit on. That was just one example of all the programs I have been through. You try at some point, but because it's not you, it's not who you are. Your body will tell you, so one day, just keep going. I'm staying right here. Where the burnout starts, and sometimes people get sick. Luckily, I didn't get to the place of getting sick. But being who you are is such a challenge in the world we are living in, because everybody's telling you who you need to be to deserve what you want. Just like right now, you don't deserve it until you become more something. You can't have it now until you start doing things differently. You can't have it the way you want. You have to do it this way. But that's not true. The truth is you are good enough right now. The truth is you are worthy of everything you want the moment you wake up without doing anything. You're worthy already. It's not because you're doing, not to say you have nothing to do, but don't do because you feel like if I don't do, I don't deserve it. If I don't work harder, I don't deserve it. If I don't keep pushing, I will never make it. That's not the truth. So that's the conversation that people need to pay attention to. Are you doing things from a place of what is wrong with me? I need to do things differently, or you're doing the things that you really want to do? And understand that if you want to do it that way, it's okay. It's okay to be who you are. It's okay to do it your way, and you will make it anyway because you deserve it anyways. You were born deserving all of it. So let's change that conversation and go back to the truth.
I think we have a caller. We were getting ready. Do we have a caller, Zach?
Yes, we do.
Do you want to take a caller, Christelle?
Sure.
Oh, actually, it looks like we just lost him. He might have hung up.
Okay.
Maybe he'll call back.
Yes.
Maybe he will call back.
Yeah, I would be happy to answer the call. Yes, I would love to.
Good. Okay. Why don't we take a break, and then maybe the caller will come back, but here's the beautiful thing before we go to break. You definitely are definitely destined to speak because you have this way of speaking to where people want to listen because of your the way that you communicate. And so this is a new beginning. And I'm really excited to see what's going to happen as you're out here communicating, speaking, and doing what it is that is natural. People are going to be listening. So why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll go further into success and what do we need to do to get there. We'll be right back.
What would you do with the power of community? How do you create your own rituals? Tune in to Living Your Gifts with me, Susan Huff, Ancient Applications for Modern Times, the second Wednesday of each month on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Our lives begin with the stories we are told and the stories we tell ourselves. Storytelling is the key. To learn more about me, visit livingyourgifts.com. That's livingyourgifts.com.
Are you meeting your sales goals? Or maybe your business plan could use a dose of the divine. Tune in to Divinely Driven Results with faith-based business coach Elise Smith on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Coach Elise Smith helps listeners get unstuck from their business plateau and become empowered through divine guidance. Build up belief in yourself and your dreams and learn business strategies that work for you for real lasting results. Learn more by visiting www.divinelydrivenresults.com.
Are you done being afraid to jump into the life that's waiting for you? Are you ready for a real shift? I invite you to tune in every Tuesday with me, Tracy L., on the Tracy L. Clark Show, where we will teach you how to live your extraordinary life. At 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio, where I will provide the tools and the steps needed to help you transcend perceived limitations and move forward with an extraordinary life. For more information, visit me at tracylclark.com.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthисfunny.com.
The Truth is Funny. Shift Happens with Colette Marie Steffen is excited to welcome Karen Benton as a monthly guest host. Tune in on the third Wednesday of each month at 8 a.m. Pacific Time to regain confidence and trust in your capacity to create change in your life, your health, your family, and your well-being. Karen Benton is a mother, nurse practitioner, certified body talk practitioner, Franklin Method instructor, and owner of Limitless Living LLC. For more information about Karen, visit KarenBenton.com.
We remember a time when you could simply form a thought and it would manifest. The harmony was forgotten, but it is returning now. The Power of Inspiration and Awakening Radio with Juliet Griffin on TransformationTalkRadio.com each second and fourth Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific will take you on adventures through the heart and spirit exploring who we once were. This intuitive healer studied under the guidance of wolves, learning from their wisdom to master a higher frequency for a new state of mind. Visit OneTrueSelf.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Cornelia Stephanie, and I'm with business success coach Christelle Biigga. And we're talking about what does it mean to be successful today and defining it according to your own unique version. So before we went to break, we were talking about vision and all of the different things. And now what we want to know is we want to talk about where you are, the gap between where you are and where you want to go and what is in your way and how do we bridge that gap. And what do you have to say about that, Christelle?
Yes, I would say something really surprising. What is standing between where you are right now and where you want to go is simply you. It's that simple. There is nothing, Sometimes people say, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get where I want to go. That little simple question of how to get where I want to go is the problem. There is no how. It's just you becoming the person that already is successful or is the owner of whatever it is that you're trying to create. I love to say, become it until you make it. To change the say that I say fake it until you make it, because I don't think you need to fake anything, but you need to become somebody. When you have that vision that we spoke about earlier, having that clear vision, and you make sure that it's really from you, you got rid of all the conditioning and all, the confusion of everybody else telling you what to do and who to be. Now that you have that clear vision, are you aligned to that vision? Are you the person that feels like when I was saying how I decided to add speaking in my business, I wasn't prepared, I wasn't ready, but I was that person. So you become that person. That's how you bridge the gap. So what is standing between where you are right now and where you want to go is you. Are you being the person that has what you want to create? Are you being that person? You don't need to know how to create it. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to have it all figured out, because I know people were expecting, okay, if this is how this. No, there is no step-by-step process here. It's you becoming the person of your vision. The vision you have created is your vision. Who are you being in that vision? Put yourself in that vision and become that person. Let's stick to the perfect example of 10K month coaching, right? So if your vision is, I want to make consistent 10K month as a coach, are you being the person? The moment you have that clarity that this is really what I want, become the coach that is making 10K month. Really simple example is change the conversation from when I will have 10K month, I will start doing this. You are not being that person yet. That's why you're not there. That's why there is a gap. The gap is you. There is no thing that will take you there. You take you there. You put yourself in the vision and it happens. You become that person. Now that you have that clear vision, okay, now that I have 10K month, not when I will have 10K month, I will hire a VA, I will do this, I will do that. No, from now on, now you have that clear vision. You come there, and that takes trust in yourself, trust in the universe or God, whatever you believe in. That trust put you in a place of knowing for sure that that vision is coming. It's happening. There is no doubt. The conversation of how shows that you doubt. That is, maybe it can happen, maybe it might not happen until you find all the answers, maybe. But you leave that place of maybe. You know for sure, my vision, there is no way it's not happening. I have it. So you become the person that has it. You embody it and you become that person. Now, all the things that you say already, the moment I will have it, I will start doing it this way, start doing it that way right now. Sometimes you hear, but I don't have the money. But what do you mean? You have some options that don't cost that much. It's just your mindset, doing that shift in your head, that knowing, that trust in yourself, trust in your higher self, your higher power, that will make it happen regardless. That's the gap that exists between you, where you are right now, where you want to be. You are not in that vision yet. You are not in that vision. That vision is still somewhere and you are somewhere else. That's the gap. Be in the vision.
Be in the vision and be in the trust, right? Because that's what you had to do too in order to, step into your speaking vision, because you were in your speaking vision. I want to speak more. And then you got the booking in Las Vegas, and other things happened. And then even you saw an ad, and you became a speaker on my Stories of Hope podcast, where you shared your vision there, where you shared your story there. And then next thing you know, you're here now. And so this is you're a wonderful example of what it's like to be an authentic entrepreneur and coach of what it is that you're teaching, an authentic example. So I want to talk just a few moments about, you're getting ready to have your own podcast, and it's going to be on the third Friday next month at this time. People will be able to tune into you, Christelle Biigga. And what is your show going to be about?
Okay, I'm so excited for this new show. I'm really, really excited because the show basically is going to be going deeper on everything we spoke about today, really taking people to that journey of remembering who they really are, how good they are from the moment they were born, and remembering that who they are matters and is good enough, and whatever they want, they deserve it. So taking them to the process of really getting clear, taking away all the conditioning, having the courage, because it takes courage to be different. It takes courage to be the crazy person in the room. It takes courage to show up and say, this is what I want, and this is how I'm going to do it. When everyone else sometimes is telling you it's crazy, nobody does it that way. So that's the journey. And it's really going to be a journey with that show, a journey of self-discovery where people remember their true nature, the truth about themselves, and where they will, from that place, be powerful enough to have the courage to be the person they want to be. They have always wanted to be, and have the courage to go after what they want, the life they want, and have the tools also to create that. We take aligned action. Sometimes the aligned action because there is something in us that always gives us the answer. We all have the story of, that little voice told me to take an umbrella, but it was too sunny. I said it was crazy. I didn't take the umbrella, and now it's raining, right? So the trust in that part of you that gives you the answer, that gives you the next step, that gives you the next aligned action to take, building back that trust and going, even when it sounds crazy, when it looks crazy, and see how the magic makes things happen for you faster and easier. I'm all about it because I know it can be easy and fast when you come back to that place of loving yourself, remembering who you are, and trusting yourself again. Gives you the courage and confidence to keep moving. And it's sometimes little things, but that makes a big difference. So that's going to be the journey of that new show. Really journey through freedom and success.
Yes, it's beautiful. When we come back from break, we're going to find out what is the key to success and what does it take to be successful. But before we go, I want to let the audience know how they can follow you on Facebook. Let's tell everybody where they can find you and for them to start joining your mojo, and also to start getting ready for seeing your name out there more, and then get ready for your new show that you're going to be coming out. What is that? On what date? It's going to be September the 18th. September 18th is going to be the next show. So Let's tell everyone about social media.
Yeah, so I'm really easy to find on social media on each platform, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I have the same name, Christelle Biigga. So you can follow me over there. You'll find me there. It's easy. I have also a page where I'm hosting a webcast every Wednesday, and even in September, it's going to be a new webcast over there. It's going to be Real Talk Alignment. So it's going to also be available for them to see me more, hear more from me, and from other guests as well that we have on the show. So it's easy to find me. Christelle Biigga, you type it on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, you can find me there.
Yeah, you know what I see? I see Christelle Biigga, the new Oprah, coming out. And that's what I see. I just see that magic.
I love it. That's one of my dreams.
I see it. Let's go take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the key to success. We'll be right back.
It's time to to shake out your money-making truth on Soul Wisdom Abundance with Jennifer Bloom, creating wealth from spiritual health on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show is more than your roadmap to success. It's your compass to abundance through joy and ease. Jennifer Bloom teaches you about the soul's relationship to money and wealth and how improving that relationship serves both you and the world. Learn more at jenniferbloom.com.
TheAngelLady.net. 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 1-800-323-1790. 1-800-323-1790. Sue Storm. TheAngelLady.net.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
It's always hard to hear the music, Zach. Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited to be with Christelle Biigga, and we're talking about what does it take to be successful, the definition of success. We're talking about the launch of her new show and what you have to look forward to, what we all have to look forward to. You know, I feel so excited about this whole thing because we need the positivity. We need the magic, and we need that joy that I'm sure that everybody can feel right now tuning in to this energy. So, and I know we were talking about it behind the scenes about how exciting it is when we trust more and when we say yes and when we step into our vision. And you're going to help a lot of people with, you know, your next journey. So what does it take to really become successful? What does that take? What does that look like?
It takes to show up, to show yourself. That's all it takes. Show yourself. Sometimes we think our business is separate from us. So we try to be someone else when we are working, when we're doing what we're doing, and we're a different person in our day-to-day life. You need to show yourself because people don't really buy what you offer, like your service or your product. People buy more of you. So then you need to show yourself. Show yourself in courage with like the things we're talking about. This is what I want to do. Do it. Don't really worry. Take step into that power of this is me. This is what I want to do. And show yourself that way. You will see the magic happen. That's the key, because when you show up that way, in alignment with who you are, in everything you do, and because it's not separate, your business is not separate from you, be that person in everything you do in your life. Everything you do, that's the journey of alignment, really showing yourself. Even when you dress up in the morning, are you wearing what you want to wear? Or are you worried about what people are going to think about what you're wearing? Show yourself in any area of your life. Because if you succeed to show yourself everywhere in your life, your business is not separate from your life. It's not separate. You can't be somebody that is afraid and worry about what people think. Oh, if I wear this, they're going to judge me. They're not going to like it. You can't be that person there and in your business be a different person. So the key is really to show yourself. If you want to shave your hair, just do it. Be that person. It's scary. Believe me. It's sometimes when I say it like that, it sounds like, yeah, but they can't. No, but it's a process to pay attention to how you feel about the things you want to do. How concerned are you about what is happening around you? Or making sure this is really what I want to do. It's coming from me. That little, being the detective of your emotions, of your thoughts, and making sure that at any given moment you show yourself, your real self, not the person people expect you to be. I met a lady once. And I really felt bad. I sometimes tell that story when I speak somewhere. She told me she went live on Facebook 3,000 times and she couldn't make a sale. I'm not sure she was showing herself when she was going live on Facebook. She couldn't be successful in that journey because maybe she was being someone else. Maybe she was doing it because someone else did it and maybe shared her story that, oh, I went live on Facebook for a week and then I got this amount of money. That's her story. So now, instead of that woman to find her own self and decide how she wanted to show up, she decided to follow that path. She wasn't showing herself. She was being the people that make it to going live on Facebook every day. And of course, she can't be successful that way. Not because Facebook doesn't work, it does. Not because people don't make sales from Facebook, they do. But why wasn't she making sales? Not because of her product wasn't good. Not because Facebook doesn't work. Not because people don't like her. But because she wasn't showing herself. That's the key here. Show yourself. How do you want to do it? Who do you want to be? Are you being that person at any given moment? And show up like that in your business and you see the difference.
Powerful. It's powerful. You've given such powerful success tips today in what it really means for each person to really, as an entrepreneur, to really step into their successful vision of their business and life, and that it's all one and the same. It doesn't fluctuate, meaning that you're not going to be one person and then be another person. Is that you're going to show up. It's all the same, right?
Yes.
So we have about 3 minutes left, which is about a short time for this very dynamic hour that's gone by. What do you want to leave the audience with today until they see you again? What action steps do you want to give to people? Calls to action. What do you want people to do?
Yes, I will just give you a little exercise before we meet next month. And I'm really excited to meet you next month. But I want you to start experimenting these things. We shared a lot of things, and it takes, you just going back within. Just do that little exercise I shared in the last portion of this show. Pay attention. Become the detective of your thoughts, of your intentions, of your emotions. Pay attention more. Go back within and pay attention more. Start as much as possible to shut down the noise around you. And every time you see it's loud out there, it is really loud. Everybody's screaming at you what to do, how to do it, and all of that. Start as much as possible to pay attention more to what is happening within you. How do you feel about the things you're doing? How much you love them? And how many times a day in everything you do are you doing exactly what you want? Pay attention more. That's the little exercise I'll give you with, and see the difference.
Good. I like that exercise. It's exactly something to just, pay attention to every single day and shut down the noise and really look within to see how you're showing up.
Yes.
Yeah. It's wonderful, Christelle. I'm so excited about the venture, the journey, and what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're sharing in the world. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful example and a role model. For those people that want to find you on Facebook, what was the name again?
Christelle Biigga.
Yeah,
that's my name. Yes, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And if you want to say hi, I would love that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Everybody go and say hi. And even watching on Transformation Talk Radio Facebook page, share with us what is your definition of success, because really, truly, that's what it's about. It's about your definition. Christelle Biigga, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you again next time.
You've been listening to the Cornelia Stephanie Show, Lady Boss, Women Inspiring Women, featuring leading-edge entrepreneurs who are putting the focus on empathic leadership in today's modern-day world. Text the word Cornelia to the number 22828 and receive her weekly newsletters. For more information on Cornelia Stephanie and her extraordinary work, or to listen to past shows, go to corneliastephanie.com.